been thinking about creating a channel for a long time now, and finally decided just to knuckle down and get one done. So I'm JJK, and well, this is finally Terraria modded Let's Play. Now this is the first episode, which I hope is going to be a long series. I've always enjoyed playing Terraria, and I haven't even completed the base game, to be honest, but I do enjoy playing with mods. So this first episode is going to probably just be a focus on what mods I'm using, making the character, and then starting up the new world. It's definitely going to be a large world because, well, I want to be spending a lot of time building and doing everything. It's not just going to be quickly killing the bosses and then getting everything finished. I want to get every NPC. I want to make sure that I get some good buildings built up. And yeah, so let's get right into it. So the mods I'm using are, obviously I'll start from the top. So I've got Terraria Hooks. And by the way, this is using the tModLoader, which I'll put a link in the description if you also want to download it. But most people who are playing Terraria know, I think, what tModLoader is now, but I'll still put it in the description. I'll put a little bit of information on how to go about doing that. And in the future, if anyone wants a video on it, I can do it, but there's plenty out there. So Terraria Hooks, that's the first one. I'm not going to go through all of them like this, but for when you go onto the mods, you can have a look, and it tells you like what each individual one does. And Terraria Hooks, I think I just needed for another mod, so I got Terraria Hooks. But to do it, so you don't normally have all these on when you're on the base game, but you'll normally go into your mod browser, which is located just there, and you can type the search in whatever mod you want. So for example, like I've got Calamity installed, but you can get like Calamity music boxes and extra music just by typing in Calamity. But as you can see, when you go into your mods, this is where all your mods are located. So I've got Dark Assassin's mod library, which adds a load of items to the game. Wildlife mod, which changes some of the NPCs in the game, so it makes it a little bit more interactive and more wildlife to look at, more animals, which is what I like. The Enigma mod, which I can't remember what it does. Yeah, 8 new boss fights, new items. As you can see, I like new items. I like a lot of content in the game. Enemy affixes, because well, obviously you like to make the mobs a little bit harder to kill. It can give them cool fire abilities or ice shields, which makes them more difficult to kill. Obviously that's part of the Dark Assassin, which is that one, the Dalib. Dalib has a lot of influence on other mobs, which obviously you need it. AlchemistNPC, because well, it gets a bit tedious getting potions and making them yourself, so I like to have it a little bit of a cheat, because you can go and buy them off the alchemist, so that was always quite handy. Boss checklist, because I do like to see what bosses I've got, and I like to try and do them in order, because I know a lot of other people like it that way as well. WeaponsOut, because I like the visual aspect of seeing my sword or next to me, if it's a two-handed or single-handed. It's got a nice look to it. Recipe browser. Now, recipe browser is pretty good as well, because it allows you to see everything you can make. So there's so many items with the mods. There's so many items in the base game, so with the mods it's even more. Obviously, but it really comes in handy, and I've got them both bound to my mouse button, so I can just click them both at the same time, and it brings up the boss list and the items. So it's a very handy key binding to have. Wing slot, because I like to have that extra little space to be able to have my wings and have other items. I like to have multiple different vanity and accessories, which are the equipables. I'll go into more detail when we're in the game. So yeah, and then the Calamity Mod. Obviously, if you're gonna do a modded playthrough, you can't not have the Calamity Mod, because the amount of bosses and content it adds to the game is just ridiculous. Same with like Fargo's Mutant Mod. I really like the different clothing and the different accessories you can get. Thorium Mod again is similar to the Calamity Mod in the scale of content, which is indeed it's what you want when you play in Terraria. Like the base game's got so much anyway, but I just like having more end game bosses after you've finished like the Moon Lord and what have you. MaxStackPlus, because it's so annoying when you don't have like enough room in your chests. It's why, well, as you can see, I've got the magic storage mod as well, because I really just like to have a neat inventory. When it's all over the place, it gets a little bit messy. And loot bags, or because I'm not a loot whore, but I've played my fair share of Diablo and WoW, so loot bags just come in very handy when it comes to that sort of thing. As you gotta get more loot off bosses, and it makes it a little bit more accomplishment when you've killed something. The chance of getting something. Yet another boss health bar is again just makes it a little bit easier when you're fighting a boss, because the health bars are right there and you can see it. It's right in front of you. Disarray. Not sure what this does, so I'll have a quick read through this. Again, yeah, new items, not surprising. 140 NPCs. 1 town NPC and 17 challenging bosses. So that's the sort of I just like a lot more stuff. So yeah, Spirit Mod again. That's just like following on from similar to like Thorium and Calamity. It's just another like sort of mod with new bosses and content. Sell slots, so I don't have to worry about finding an NPC to sell stuff if my inventory gets full and I need to get rid of some stuff. It's just like having like a delete slot, except you're not just deleting it and getting nothing for it. I'm getting a bit of money instead, so it's just a little quality of life sort of thing, which I like that sort of thing because it does help out in the long run. And yet another recipe mod, so I just like sort of quality of life updates and mods which just help out overall. Tremor Mod, so that goes with like the Calamity. It's just another big mod. imkSushi's mod, it adds a lot of items, very handy. Reforge Armor, so you're able to reforge the edits, like the stats on gear, and give them extra qualities which just help out against the stronger bosses, because I'm not gonna lie, I've got like 250 hours on the game, but I'm not a god at it, so having any little thing that can help out, considering I'm going to do it on expert mode, it's going to be helpful. More chest loot. It's just when you find a chest, it's not that in the base game is underwhelming, it's just that I do like to have like a little bit extra, you know, just to help me like boost myself a little bit quicker through the game, because it can take a long time to play the game. I'm no speedrunner or professional. I'm just finished my university degree, so still pretty fresh on the ground. So yeah, so let's get a character made. I've already got one, but just for the sake of the video, we'll delete him. We'll make him again. So what I like to do sometimes is I just like to randomize. Because I find that you can sit forever and make a character, but then it's like, what colour do you make it? Is it a boy? Is it a girl? It's obviously going to be a boy. But see, I like that. I like that. So hair. So I've got brown hair. Dark brown hair. There we go, that's about right. And what hairstyle do we want? That's actually really accurate. I mean, I've got shorter hair at the moment, but I think that's the most accurate out of all of them, yeah. Now, shirt colour. I wear a lot of different coloured shirts, but again, I don't know if I'm going to go with a trench coat style. Maybe we'll go, I want to go like standard, and then let's go for the undershirt. Let's make I want like a purpley coloured top, because there we go. Undershirt. It's so hard to make both colours exactly the same. So undershirt is purple. I think that's pretty good. Sorry about that little noise. When it gets caught up on that, it does make Don't want black. I think we want to have jeans, so a little bit darker blue there. Yeah, it's a bit darker. There we go. And that's a bit purple. We're looking like Saints Row. Not that I mind. Saints Row is a good game. I'm talking about like the original ones. My Saints Row 4, it was getting a bit questionable, but nevertheless, it's not too bad. Okay, let's go for eyes. What eye colour do we want? We want dark brown again, because that's what colour I've got. Okay, there we go. I think that looks pretty good. Create. So we'll call him JJK. Sorry, it's going to take a while to get used to the name because I am Kitch, or to all my mates call me Kitch, but JJK Games, just they're all my initials. Just that's where the name came from. JJK is my just the initials in my name, and to make the name a bit longer than just the initials JJK, making 3 words out of it just sounded a bit better. So okay, so I've got the player now. Now this world, I haven't used it at all, but we'll make a new one just for the sake of it. Punisher is like, obviously I'm quite a big fan of Marvel, and obviously the Punisher on Netflix. I've just been watching it recently and I love it. It's so good. So yeah, if you want to talk about it in the comment section or anything, I'm all up for it. So yeah, like I said, large world. I'm no chicken, so go expert. Now, I prefer corruption, and I mean, a lot of you might also prefer it, but I'm not a big fan of the heart, if I'm honest. I like to take on the worm. Alright, enter world name. Obviously, if I'd like waited to the end of the video and I'd published it, at the moment I don't have any subscribers, so I probably wouldn't get a world name, but in the future I'll let other people pick my character name, world name and stuff. But seeing as though this is the first playthrough and it's to try and get my foot through the door on YouTube, obviously I'll name the world, and we'll name it as, we'll just name it something very generic. We'll just go with first playthrough. There we go. So we know what the world is. This is probably going to take a while, so, but I'm never really going to cut anything out unless there's a really long period where like I've got nothing to do, and I'm trying to farm something or something, and I might cut something there because it's pointless keeping a very like long period of time in videos, because it's just going to take up time when I upload, and it's not going to get content out. But this seems like this is the introductory video, and I'm just getting used to setting everything up, and I'm just going to keep, I think, all of this in. It also shows that I don't have the best computer in the world, because it's taken a while to load everything up. At some point I'll do like a rundown on what I'm using, but for Terraria I can run Terraria pretty well. But no, yeah, I'm just trying, like I said earlier, I'm just trying to get my foot through the door, trying to build up a little base of active subscribers, and then we'll go from there. And then I'll take like advice and what games people want me to play. Obviously we'll need to take into account what my computer can run, but I'm up for playing anything. I've always been a big gamer, and me and my mate were going to play through the forest at some point, so well, that's a great start.